Hey guys, what is going on? It's Michael here again today, and I'm bringing you the long overdue second part of my sort of university, college advice talk kinda thing. I did this a while ago where I just gave sort of a quick overview of like my experiences, sort of my time at university, and certain things I think you should and shouldn't do. Of course, everyone is their own person, everyone's going to be slightly different, but I'm just trying to give you a brief overview of like basically do's and don'ts at university. So yeah, let's get into this. As you can see in the background, there's some Black Ops gameplay using Scout Pro on my shotgun because it allows me to pick up a second primary weapon really quickly and swap them really quickly and basically use my shotgun as a secondary weapon. It's a good tip, just a quick tip I'll give you guys. If you've never tried that, then you really should. I know it's a bit out of date now with Modern Warfare 3 being the in-game. But yeah, it's a really good tip. So, but let's get on to what I want to talk about today, and as I've already said, that is universities. First thing I'm going to talk about is selecting the right university. Now, I'm not sure what the prices and stuff are in America, so I can't really generalise to America, so I apologise for that if you're an American watching this video. But in university in England, the tuition fees have just gone up to £9,000 a year to study-ish, round about that sort of area. Now, one thing I will say straight away, universities, first and foremost, are a business, not a source of education. Take a moment to think that through, guys. Like, it's not something that gets talked about very often, and it's not something that universities like to push for obvious reasons. They say that they are a source of education, which they are, but they are that secondary. Primarily, they are a business, and what they are trying to do is they are trying to get as many people into their university as possible to maximise revenue and make more money, in the same as any other business in the world. Now, because the tuition fees have just gone up, what is expected is a sharp decline in the amount of applications for university, which has been proven to be true. One of the ways universities are counteracting this and trying to entice people to come to their university is offering monetary sums to go to your university. They're called bursaries over in England. I'm not sure what they're called in America. They're either called bursaries or non-payable loans. And basically what the university will do is they will offer you free money to come to their uni. They might do this in the form of, if you get a certain number of UCAS points, they will offer you a certain amount of money, or they might just say to you over the phone, like, you know, we will give you da-da-da-da-da if you come to our university and study this course. The thing I'm going to say to you about that, guys, is don't be swayed by the money. If you have a gut feeling that a university isn't right for you, then chances are it is not right for you. If one university say the university that you think is the right fit for you are offering you no money, and the university, a different university that you might not think is right for you, is offering you £500 a year or whatever, free, take the first university. Don't be swayed into going to a university that you might not necessarily enjoy simply because they are offering you a bit of extra money. Now, obviously, if you are, you know, really well, then yes, this might sway your decision, and I understand that. I got given some money for free in my first year because I came from a single parent background. But I didn't actually know about that until I got to uni, so thankfully that didn't sway my decision at all. But that's just the first thing I wanted to touch upon. Just keep in mind that universities are a business, and they will do anything in their power, even if it is a slightly underhand tactic, to get you to their university, so that you are paying money to them. Secondly, a second thing I wanted to talk about is, I kind of touched upon this the first time around, I think, but I think I kind of glossed over it, is university is a chance to reinvent yourself as a person. You might not think that the person you grew up as through college or through high school, you might not like that person. You might have been the joker of the class and now you want to be a bit more serious. University is a great chance to change who you are. Chances are, if you're going to university or college in America, you're going to be meeting loads of new people. Chances are you're not going to know very many people there, and it is a great opportunity to change who you want to be. Hopefully for the better. But again, that's your call. If you want to, you know, go down bad paths, then so be it. But try and change yourself for the better, guys, in all seriousness. And yeah, it's a great way to reinvent yourself. I know I've got a lot more I was always quite I don't know, I guess quite I don't really know how to describe it. I wasn't shy, but I wasn't really... I've got a lot more confident and a lot more sort of I don't want to say argumentative, that sounds bad, but like I'm more open to challenging things now than I was. I was quite passive when I was growing up throughout high school and college. I just kind of accepted what people said, and I would back down out of arguments even if I knew I was right. And I'm a bit more stubborn now in a good way. Like I stick up for myself a bit more, and I think that's a good thing. So just yeah, reiterating on what I was saying about reinventing yourself. Next thing, guys, is sex. Chances are you might have already had sex before you go to college or university. You might not have. Either way is fine. Don't think that because you go to university a virgin that is, you know, a bad thing. You know, chances are, even if they don't say it, a lot of people will be in the same boat as you. Don't be rushed into sleeping with someone for the sake of it. Like, if you want to go out and have, you know, a one-night stand or whatever, great, go for it. You know, I'm not going to say that you should be in love with the first person you sleep with. I think that's a very unrealistic thing, and I think for a lot of people that doesn't happen. I'm just telling it how it is. You know, in an ideal world, yeah, great, you do want to be in love with the first person you sleep with, but I know the girl I lost my virginity to, that was a one-night stand. So but yeah, the first one thing I will say is make sure you practice safe sex. I know I don't want to sound like a parent here, but especially if it's a one-night stand, you don't know what this girl's done before. You know, she might say she's a virgin and she might not be. Just do everything safe, guys. Next thing leading on from that is drinking and drugs. I don't condone drugs, but I do understand for a lot of people that, you know, they want to try everything once. I've personally never tried any drugs unless you count alcohol and cigars, obviously. But yeah, just be careful around drugs. If you are going to try them, make sure you are doing it responsibly and with people you know. And you know that will look after you if something bad happens. And the same goes with drinking. The temptation is to go to university and drink yourself until you pass out. I know I did that in my first year of in my first week of university. I drank so much that I passed out on a corner and had to be carried home by some random guy I didn't even know. And I felt so guilty and so awful the next day, and I cannot even explain to you how awful that is. It's just terrible. Like, so if you were going to drink, I'm not saying don't get drunk, I'm not saying you should have one beer and then go home, but at the same time, do try and be with people who you know will look after you, especially in your first few weeks of study. It's hard to know who you can and can't trust, so try and take it a bit easier than you regularly would, especially for the first few weeks, until you make some real friends who you're pretty confident that you can trust. Just a couple more things I want to go over. Next thing is growing up. University, even if it does, like for me personally, and I've talked about this a number of times, it hasn't fulfilled the educational side of what I wanted it to. I don't want to go into teaching anymore. I went to university doing a teaching degree, and these last 2 points I want to touch on. The first one is just what I just said. You don't have to go into what you study. If you go into let's take my instance, for example. I've gone into a teaching and sports coaching university degree, and I no longer want to be a teacher. I've realised I do not have the patience for kids. I'd get angry and I'd shout at them, and I'd probably snap and kill one of them someday. So I really have found a passion for creative writing, and I would like to go into journalism ideally. And that's the point I kind of want to touch upon. You don't have to necessarily do what you study. There will be a lot of pressure put on you by lecturers, and the lecturers will presume, because you're at university doing their course, that you will want to go into that field of work. But don't be pressured to. If you go to university and you are not enjoying your course, then either drop out if you can afford it. See, I'm 2.5 years into my 3-year course. It would be financially stupid for me to drop out now. I've put so much money into this. I might as well get a degree and put it on my CV. But yeah, this game is pretty much over, and that's just what I wanted to. The last couple of points I want to make is, even if you don't find what you want to do at university, it's a great chance to grow up and mature as a person. I know I have, and I know pretty much everyone I know at university has. And yeah, that's kind of the last point I wanted to make, guys. Thank you very much for watching. That was a Black Ops gameplay where I think I went 54-8. Pretty good game. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Bye.